Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl BC Starks, and I'm back with another video just for you, cause you my boo, cause we tight like that. Y'all know Beyonce just did a drop for her Ivy Park Adidas collaboration, and it was fire, to say the least. So many people are online right now gushing about how they did not get anything from this drop because it sold out in probably about 20 minutes before the general public were even allowed to shop for it. I'm gonna dive into this topic. If it sounds like something that's interesting to you, stick around because I have a lot to say on it. A little housekeeping: if you have not already, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and once you're done watching this video or during the video, like it and comment below because I do respond. I see all of the comments, all 5 of the comments, 2 of the comments, 1 comment, whatever. I see them and I respond back. So be sure to comment below if you have anything you want to say in relation to the video or just in general. Hit me up. So I happened to manifest myself some pieces from the Ivy Park collection, the Drip 2 collection to be exact. I manifested this because the first drop that she did, I think it was last year, I ended up getting absolutely nothing because I, like many people, waited and went to the Adidas site just the way they said when the time that they said it was going to drop, and watched the little counter thing count down and spent the whole day anxious about that moment, only to find that when the counter struck 0, meaning it was time to shop, everything was already sold out before we could even browse the collection. And that was because something that I didn't realize, they gave VIP people who subscribe to their creator accounts, it's like some kind of subscription, where you get emails and points, I think. So you get the exclusive email to shop early, hours before everyone else. The gag is, most times when this happens, everything sells out within 20 minutes of that VIP pre-sale. So that when the general public is allowed to shop, 90% of everything is already gone. And that's the gag. So I learned from the first time. So this time around, I was already on the list. I got myself that exclusive email. While everyone else was told they could shop at 4 p.m., I was actually blessed to shop at 12 noon, October 29th. That's what yesterday was October 29th. So that's when the online sale took place. October 30th is when the in-store took place. So I was blessed enough to shop at noon instead of 4 p.m. So they allow you to browse the collection and put things in a cart. And you upload all of your information, your contact, your address, your credit card information to pay for everything. And that's supposed to be their way of like offsetting the time that you would waste putting in that information while other people would buy your stuff that you want. So they say, you know, it makes it a quicker checkout. So I did that. Click the purchase button. And all of a sudden, time keeps going by, but my transactions continuing to process and it's not finishing. And then 5 minutes goes by, then 10 minutes goes by, then something just told me to check my email. Come to find out, my credit card company had rejected the payment because they didn't recognize it, and I guess it was a larger amount than usual, and I had been shopping before, so yeah, I had to verify. So once I did that, it told me to try again, which meant that I would have to go back and do the transaction again. Well, that whole ordeal took about 20 minutes. So in that 20-minute window, everything in my cart was there except one item, which completed a particular outfit that I will be modeling later on. I will be doing a Ivy Park Adidas, I guess, try-on haul for some of the pieces that I was able to cop. But this pair of shorts that I wanted, and I might insert the picture here because it goes with this top. And I thought the outfit was so cute because I bought these shoes that I'll insert them here. And I think these shoes go really, really well with the outfit. I bought the shoes first and then this came out and the color was just like perfect. So made sense, right? I was out of shorts, and to know me is to know that I like a complete look. So I was immediately frustrated. Okay. That was the little blue thing that was calling. So I was immediately frustrated. Why? Because frustration happens to be my go-to emotion when things aren't going the way that I want it to go. Raise your hand if you can relate. And so instead of just sitting there staying frustrated, I do what I normally do. I have like a bunch of apps on my phone where I'm able to shop and find things. Like, I'm the #1 researcher when it comes to like any kind of fashion item that I'm really into. If they sell out somewhere, I will find a reseller somewhere on the internet. Here in the United States or any other country, I will find it eventually. So I immediately went on a hunt. Couldn't find it anywhere. Everything was sold out everywhere. Every app, every store that sold the collection, for whatever reason, just didn't have that piece. So I decided that I'm gonna go to the mall. My local mall here in Miami, Florida is Aventura Mall, and that's the store that has an Adidas store. So I assume there's also one on South Beach, which is further south, but I didn't consider that one, which I should have, because when I got to Aventura Mall, I happened to get there like at 11 a.m. because that's when the store opened, only to find out after waiting in line with a bunch of Beyhivers that they didn't even get the collection. More frustration. And so I was like feeling a little defeated, like, dang, why did I even bother? You know, I'm usually not caught up into the hype of things or following trends or anything like that. And even when Beyonce, don't get me wrong, I am a Beyonce stan, but even when she did her first drop, I wasn't super crazy about the collection, like mainly because of the colors. But because I had these shoes that I bought, I really liked it. I'm already in the phase of like revamping my wardrobe. I was feeling defeated, decided to go back home. While I'm driving home, I'm actually just like in my head, and I'm like, you know, dang, like I knew something like that was gonna happen. Like just all of these negative thoughts. And as I continue to think, I had to pause for a second, you know, with my train of thought and catch myself and realize, wait a minute, before I even got to this mall, I was already feeling as though this exclusive item was going to be something hard for me to get. I felt like I was, quote unquote, lucky to have manifested the pieces that I had, but I was like, I knew it was going to be something that came up. And whether we realize it or not, our predominant thoughts are what oftentimes dictate the experiences that we have. Not always, but a lot of times. Just my negative train of thought, like as I'm driving home, I'm like, wait a second, like I created this scenario where it became more difficult than it could have been, possibly. Or it could just be that they just sold out of every goddamn thing and I couldn't get it. That too. But the thing that I really became aware of is that I was allowing my thoughts to dictate my mood. So because I was thinking those thoughts, I was building anxiety. Like I was making myself anxious. I was, you know, feeling frustrated. And those are all negative emotions that really changes the energy in your body and in your space. And so I immediately recognized that and was like, yo, like, I really do have the power to control my thoughts. I get to choose the thoughts that I think. And if you really think about it, that's truly the only thing that we have complete control over for the most part is our thoughts. A lot of us are walking around on autopilot. We don't realize that beyond what we see in the physical realm, there is a being or and awareness behind the thinking. We may be the only species on the planet that can do this, but you can literally step back for a second, like within yourself, from a scenario and analyze it from a third person's perspective. I'm listening to myself speak, but I could be thinking something or saying something, but at the same time, I could be like, wow, I'm saying this, I'm thinking this. So there's the me that's saying and thinking, and then there's the me that's observing what I'm saying and thinking. We happen to have the ability to choose which thoughts from that third person's point of view within yourself to be able to analyze and say, okay, I'm thinking these thoughts that are on autopilot that are then dictating my emotions. But I can equally shift my awareness to something totally different so that the thoughts that I'm thinking aren't as negative. And so that my emotions in turn won't be as negative. I found myself doing that, which obviously altered my mood, and I started to feel so much better. And I went from problem-oriented perspective to a solutions-oriented perspective. And I think that is so important to our spiritual awakening, like journey, to recognize the ability that we have as humans to create just from mere thought. Had I not shifted my thoughts, I would not have shifted my actions towards solutions. I could have stayed stuck in my thoughts of defeat, disappointment, but instead I chose more positive thoughts, because that then shifted my actions towards something more positive. So ultimately what happened in the end is that because I shifted my awareness, I then became solution oriented, and I would put on my thinking cap and realize, oh, wait a second, they aren't just selling this collection in America, they're also selling it overseas. So let me check out some of the sports vendors overseas. And I just so happened to find this company called JD Sport, which I think is based in the UK. And depending on when you're watching this, you may be able to check them out. They had plenty of pieces that all of the US stores, Adidas, I think Finish Line, Foot Locker, a couple of the other online stores, Sense, and I think they might have had it also at ASOS or ASOS, however you say it. But none of those stores had the complete collection. JD Sport had the complete collection, and they were still in stock as of today. And it's currently, I don't know, maybe like 9 p.m. where I am, Eastern. And I was actually able to purchase the shorts from that site. And then I also, because I believe in paying it forward, was able to go to the Ivy Park Instagram page, and I saw how many fans were like super disappointed that they couldn't find what they were looking for, that everything was sold out. And I saw this one lady who just really caught my attention. She talked about how she purchased or tried purchasing on 4 different sites, which led her to believe that she was on her way to being checked out to complete her purchase. And when she got to the part like after her card would process or something like that, she realized that they were all sold out. So I saw that and I was like, dang, that sucks. I let me tell her about where I found my piece. And so I told her, and I also shared it in my stories. She wrote me back and said that it worked. She found the pieces that she was looking for. So who knows? They do ship to the US and many other countries, but the key is you must use the UK site of jdsports.com, I think, or maybe jdsports.ukco. I don't know. I'll put the link in the description so you can check it out, or somewhere on the screen. But they may still have pieces. They ship all over the world, but you have to be sure to select the country store that actually has the pieces, because the US store of JD Sport did not have many of the pieces left. I think it was only like maybe 12 different items, whereas the UK store had what seemed like all of the items, because we had to remember that Beyonce is popular worldwide, but she's probably most popular here in the US, so all of the US stores sold out first. So that's my little story. I just wanted to bring awareness to the idea or the other fact that our superpower as humans is that we have the ability to choose. And that by far is so powerful. That is what makes us powerful. Our ability and our free will to choose, and we get to choose the most important things, which is our thoughts, because out of our thoughts is what has created and shaped our world around us. And I'm not talking about nature, obviously that's a God thing, but I'm talking about buildings, cars, technology, like everything that we see and use every day to make our lives more robust and entertaining came out of someone's imagination, someone's thoughts. That goes to show that, it's very important to recognize and be aware of the thoughts that you're thinking, because you can either be creating utopia, can be creating heaven on earth, or you could be creating hell on earth for yourself if you're not careful. You are a powerful creator, and what makes you powerful is your ability to think, not just think and create through your thought, but to actually choose the thoughts that you're thinking, so that you can then ultimately be choosing what it is that you're creating. And as within, so without. My mantra, I've learned to go within so I will never be without. And that is something that I live by. And hopefully one day you'll come to the realization, if you haven't already, that this is what we're here to realize as humans on this earth during this given point of time, is that we have the power within us to create our world. And this is one of the best times to be alive, because technology helped us realize this at lightning speed because of the availability of so much information about this, whether it's in the form of science, philosophy, religion, spirituality. We've been given so many teachers and teachings about the power of thought, whether it's the law of attraction or quantum physics. We've been given a lot of tools to understand this superpower that we have. And because of it, collectively, because of technology, we're waking up to that at a super fast rate. And it gives me great pleasure to think about the world that my children's children are going to grow up in because of our awareness. If I'm calling myself the manifesting mentor now, imagine what my great grandbabies are going to be calling themselves, like, because they're going to know these tools. They're going to know these coping mechanisms that are going to help them through life. That's going to be my job, to make sure that they understand their true power, just as I'm showing up here to talk about these lessons that I'm learning, so that I can make sure that you understand yours. And I hope I'm doing my part. If you enjoyed this topic, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, ciao.